Most people that have limited hip mobility, like internal rotation, think that they need to do exercises that help stretch them into a position where they can access more internal rotation. And while this can be helpful for some, I actually find it's counterproductive for others to try to force themselves into a position in space they don't genuinely have access to. Think about it like this. Your hips only have so much space to move into a position of internal rotation, which is the femur gliding back within the hip socket. For some people, because of their starting conditions and compensations, they have a lot of external rotation, but very little internal rotation. So when these people try to force themselves into a lot of internal rotation with your classic mobility drills, they end up feeling pinching or restricting within their hips, or the progress doesn't last as long as they would hope. That's because they're not utilizing the space they have to slowly work themselves into more internal rotation space. The point is, instead of trying to force your hips to access a position they don't have the space to move into, consider starting in a position of external rotation and then trying to layer on slowly more and more internal rotation space, instead of trying to just shove yourself into a lot of internal rotation and then trying to beat yourself into it more and more from there. Here's an exercise that perfectly illustrates exactly what I'm talking about and is ideal for people that have a lot of external rotation but very limited internal rotation. To do this, lay on your back and put your feet on the wall so that way your knees and hips are bent around a 90-degree angle each, maybe slightly less than that depending on the person. Now you can use two things for this. First, you can take a yoga ball and you can slide it in between your knees and your upper thighs. The other thing you can do is take a short foam roller and place it in between your knees like so. Now, keeping your feet on the wall, pull your feet as close together as comfortably possible without feeling any strain in your hips. What this is doing is starting your hips in a lot of external rotation space, the space you have, so you can slowly start to apply internal rotation space and gently move your hips towards internal rotation without forcing it. Now, all you have to do is just squeeze that foam roller or ball very gently, just about a 3 to 4 out of 10. You're gonna feel your inner thigh or adductor muscles work. Keep your feet resting on that wall nice and relaxed, and keep your low back flat. Hold this for about 5 to 10 slow, deep diaphragmatic breaths. After doing a couple sets of that, retest your internal rotation.